Hey guys and welcome to another reaction video. Yeah, as you can see, my sister is here again. She apparently has like a fairly bad infection in her throat, which kind of unpleasant. So yeah, she's staying here for a couple of days again. I myself had some problems with my throat as well in the past days, which is why there were no videos for like 3 days. Well, at least one of those days I could have recorded, but I didn't. So, but the other two, I believe, were due to my throat, which was hurting. Yeah, not the nicest thing, but whatever. Yeah. Anyways, today I'm continuing with the reviews by the TheAnYPony, or TheAnY Entertainment, however you want to call them. I'm still trying to figure out if this is an accent or if I'm pretty sure it's an accent. I'm pretty sure it's a German accent, so. But I could be wrong. I should know, you'd think. But yeah, whatever. This one is Sleepless in Ponyville. I like Sleepless in Ponyville. Like, interaction between Rainbow Dash and Scootaloo. I don't know, I kind of liked it. This one was nice. It had a nice message at the end. Scootaloo getting scared. Well, the cool guy getting scared by something real bad while trying to act cool is probably not the newest thing in cartoon, but I don't really care about that. I quite liked it. I quite liked this. I think it was nice. It was also pretty nice to see Rarity and Sweetie Belle interact a little bit more, and like them not fighting, but them actually being nice to each other. I'm thinking of Sisterhood of Social, where they had some problems. Yeah. Overall, I really like this episode. So yeah, let's just see what he thinks about it, I guess. 3, 2, 1, click. One bad. Wait a minute.
Hello out there, this is the TheAnYPony, and welcome to my review.
Why did it say one bad apple there for a
when this
second?
episode started, my initial thoughts were, what? Another CMC episode already? But while I kept on watching, slowly I realized this is not an ordinary CMC episode. This is actually the very first Scootaloo episode.
Kind of, yeah.
And it's about time.
Yeah.
Apple Bloom already had got a fair share of spotlight as early as the first season. And even so, Sweetie Belle only got one episode starring her as an individual, and she had to share the spotlight with Rarity. We got to know her quite well. Her passion to help, her
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's an
admiration
accent.
for Rarity, and we even met her parents. Scootaloo and the other who've only appeared as part of the hyperactive collective known as the Cutie Mark Crusaders until now. Sure, she got her moments to shine, but they were quite rare. All we knew about her was rather basic. She's athletic, she's stubborn, she's the wildest of the trio, she likes to be the center of attention, and, quite fitting with the before-mentioned character features, Rainbow Dash is her idol. There wasn't much more we know about her background, or about her as a character. And so let's sit back and have a look at Scootaloo's first time on her own. Well, kind of. Apple Bloom and Sweetie Belle are there as well, but only as supportive characters. And they really get to shine in this function. Their presence in the story feels natural. They can show off their established relationships with their big sisters in a subtle way. And these relationships form a nice contrast to Scootaloo's and Rainbow's more casual way to act around each other. But enough of the other ponies. This is Scootaloo's episode, so let's talk about her. Scootaloo's initial goal for this episode is to use a camping trip with her two co-crusaders, their big sisters and Rainbow Dash, to get close to the latter and eventually getting RD to take Scootaloo under her wing and maybe even become kind of her big sister. To reach this goal, Scoots acts as tough as she can to impress RD. And the filly actually seems to succeed in her attempts. At least she gets attention and acknowledgement by her idol. Even so, her interaction stays on a very superficial and buddy-like level. Scootaloo is very happy about this at first, but one scary campfire story later, the situation turns against her. While Apple Bloom and Sweetie Belle can find comfort in their sister's company, Scoots is afraid of stopping playing the tough and, by this, losing RD's affection. So it's time for Nightmare on Main Street. What? The title of this episode is also a pun on a movie title. So I'm not allowed to do this? Anyways. Oh, hello, random glance of Luna. And goodbye, I guess. After this, Scootaloo does not feel like sleeping for the rest of the night and, whoa, welcome back to those 90s cartoons. But the young filly handles the sleep devastation pretty well. She gets not eaten by an alligator and pulled some pretty amazing stunts for a Pegasus who can't even really fly. Did I mention I love rental breakdown episodes?
I do too.
By the way, I love how Scoot's voice gets all high-pitched and less scratchy in the course of the episode.
Nothing. I just thought I heard something.
She sounds more and more like a girl, and I mean this in an absolutely positive way. I do not dislike her usual tomboyish tone, but she reminds me a bit of Bart Simpson. In the very unlikely cause you don't know, Bart Simpson is also voiced by a woman, Nancy Cartwright, who makes a scratchy voice to sound like a boy.
I said, well, hi, I'm Bart Simpson. What's happening, man? The guy's like, ah!
I enjoy hearing this shift of Scootaloo's voice when she is scared, and not because I think being scared is girly, so she has to sound girly when she is afraid. No. Letting the voice actor Madeleine Peters using a more natural voice for Scootaloo during her breakdown emphasizes the fact that Scoot's usual spunky behavior is not her true self. Or in other words, there is more to her than just the wild, action-hungry tomboy. This behavior is actually part of the filly wanting to be more like Rainbow Dash,
I could see
who
that,
also
yeah.
tends to talk in this boyish tone. And here comes my favorite scene of the whole episode.
Here, branches, branches, branches.
Comedic
absolutely.
It's all I could find, because, there aren't that many trees around here.
No.
Classic. Seriously, after seeing this scene, Scootaloo turned from the crusader who is just there and I haven't been able to make up my mind about, to my personal favorite. Of course, Scootaloo is less than thrilled to hear another scary campfire story. So he starts one pathetic attempt to avoid it for this evening. A problem I have with this scene is that Applejack is usually relatively sensible and already recognized that something is wrong with Scootaloo earlier that day. But AJ does not realize that the filly is afraid of another scary story. Neither do her two best friends. Okay, that Rarity and Rainbow do not get that something's up does not surprise me. After all, they tend to be kind of self-centered most of the time. But well, since Scootaloo always tries to cover up her fear and acts all super confident, I guess other ponies are supposed to be suspicious but not able to understand why Scoots is acting so weird. Talking about weird, wasn't Sweetie Belle supposed to be the talented singer of the group?
that was weird.
99 buckets of oats on the wall. 99 buckets of oats. Take one down, pass it around, you got 81 buckets of oats on the wall.
Anyways, Scootaloo finds herself soon without any way to avoid falling asleep anymore, and we are back in Nightmare Land. This time starring the subject of RD's newest scary story, the Headless Horse. And Princess Luna? What is she doing there?
What do you think?
I am the princess of the night. Thus it is my duty to come into your dreams.
Really? Well, that's new.
It was
and
new.
I would say, behold the incoming fan fiction. What is in fact a legitimate warning, as you know, if you have been around DeviantArts in the days after the episode aired. If there haven't already been fan fiction that imputes Luna with this very ability. Intentional or coincident? I have no idea. But I read Those Blue Wings by Chernobog quite recently, and it's more or less the same setting. Some pony, not telling who because of no spoilers and stuff, has a real life problem and Luna finds out about it by checking this pony's dreams. And I'm really glad that my favorite princess finally got something more interesting to do during the night than playing video games all the time. So
How did
Luna
that
tells Scootaloo
Gamer
that
Luna
nightmares
become
actually
the
are so
thing?
powerful
Actually
because
become a
of her
thing,
real life
anyways. I
fears.
mean, not that I
In
don't
other
like
words,
it, but
her being afraid of losing Rainbow Day's
who came up
affection
with
if
that?
RD finds out about the real, not so tough Scootaloo that's hidden behind the tomboy we knew until now. And with the warning that Scootaloo has to face her fears, the dream ends and Scootaloo wakes up. Still confused by the dream, the lack of sleep, and her being a scared filly, she believes to hear the Headless Horse and in panic flees into the woods. Well, panic-fueled nocturnal races have a tendency of ending bad, being actually chased by a Headless Horse or not. And in Scootaloo's case, it's kind of fatal. She falls off a cliff into a river leading straight to a waterfall, and she is gone.
Except she
At least
isn't.
we got to know her a bit better before she left. So we can remember her as an
Nobody's
actual
buying
character
it. By
with
the way, we all already saw that episode.
Of course she gets rescued, and by none other than RD herself. Even so, I have to wonder how she managed to realize Scootaloo's disappearance, being sound asleep wearing earplugs and all. I guess her element of loyalty sense was tingling.
Don't question
Now
it.
it is time for Scootaloo to come clear with her idol and admit to Rainbow Dash not only that she was scared like hell by the campfire stories, but also that she was acting tough all the times because she hopes for Rainbow Dash to become her big sister. Wow.
Yep.
Look at RD's face when the realization strikes her how strongly Scoots actually feels about her. And I enjoy how subtle this episode handles this moment by just switching back to Scootaloo. Sure, we get some less subtle images in the grand finale, but that's totally fine with me. Because for those of us who prefer a subtle approach, there is this first scene between those two in the middle of the night. And those who prefer their message rainbow colored and with an extra dose of symbolism, well, there's also this other
I like
scene.
both.
And the final dream sequence, which are still both nice to watch nonetheless. Yeah, you may have recognized I was not my usual nitpicky self today, and there is actually a simple explanation for this. I really do love this episode. It has a well thought out story that is neither too long nor too short for the given time window it takes place in. It shows some real character development, and thanks to the rather small cast, even the supportive characters get their moments. There's a good strong lesson in the end that feels natural in its presentation. Something no previous episode of the third season managed to pull off. And it's all topped off by a bunch of hilarious scenes, creepy dream sequence, and stunning visuals. Well, okay, there were no particularly stunning visuals, but the overall animation throughout the whole episode was high-end. After all this praising, it's not hard to guess. Sleepless in Ponyville is my favorite episode of the third season so far. I am curious if the next episode, Wonderbolt Academy, will be able to keep up. Let's find out together. This is the TheAnYPony saying, oh wait, haven't used up my nitpicking points yet. Okay, the title. The title is stupid. It feels like a reference to Sleepless and Seattle, but there is no connection between this episode and a comedy romance. And the title on its own doesn't make any sense either, because they are not in Ponyville, but in the woods near Ponyville. Whew. Made it in time. See you soon.
Okay. Yeah. Well, what can I really say about this? He quite liked the episode. God, I'm tired. Why am I so tired? And I can agree with him. This was a pretty good episode. Not sure if I like it quite as much as he did, but I still really liked it, don't get me wrong. Yeah. All of the good things he mentioned about the episode, I can definitely agree on. They were pretty good, and I'm not quite sure if I found the jokes quite as funny as he did. I still laughed about them, but I think he liked them a bit more than I did. Which is totally fine, this is more an opinion thing than anything else. The negative things he said at the very end were more like a joke, but sure, I guess. Nitpicking the title is not really the same as nitpicking the episode, though. I can give a great episode a crappy title, or a great anything, a great story a crappy title, so it's still gonna be a great story. People will just ask, yo, what about the title, though? What about them title, though? Don't really know what else to say. I quite liked the episode, and I quite liked this review as well. It was nice. It was a good review. I really liked it. I think the reason why I don't watch reviews on my own, I pretty much only watch them for reactions, is because I don't know, I sort of don't like it when people are too negative about something. If you're a critic or a reviewer and you watch something that you didn't like, then you have to be... Seriously? Try to ignore that music, please. I'm not entirely sure if you can hear it over the background music I'm gonna put into this, but there is some music outside of my... Shut up! I mean, sure, you will be kind of negative because after all they are asking for your opinion and you didn't like it. You can stay as positive as possible and just say some good things about it, or those negative things, phrase them in a kind of way that aren't too negative, but there is no problem in just saying it as you think they are. Bad. Worst case, of course. So I understand why people like critics and reviewers are often fairly negative, and I mean it is sort of their job, even in episodes that they did like, to talk about the things that were not as good, or worst case even bad. So, but it still kind of gets me down when people get really negative, which is why I don't watch reviews too often. But so it's what I'm wanting to say is it's quite nice to hear watch a review that is pretty much only positive every once in a while. This is not the first time that happened, but still, that always makes me a little happy. If you know what I mean. But shut up. I have a sign. I actually do have a sign outside my door that says that I'm recording. Why the fuck is my sister putting her music this loud? Anyways, I'm done. So that's pretty much everything I wanted to say. So I guess I'll just end the video right here and say I hope you guys liked this little commentary. And I will see you next time. Bye.